Hey guys, it's Sam with 2M's and welcome to this MYXclusive interview. Joining me in just a bit is someone from a band who, for many of us, has really served as the soundtrack of all of our lives through the happy, sad, and everything in between. And they are back with new music. So I'm so excited to talk to him about it. So everyone, please welcome back to MYXclusive, Paul Klein of Laney. Woo!
What's up, everyone?
Hey Paul, welcome back. How have you been?
I'm great. Thank you. Thanks for having me back.
Of course, we're always so excited to have you back here on Mix, to talk about what's up in your life and also music. But the last time we talked was around October. So how have you been since then? Like, what's new in your life?
Well, we got a new album, and
Yeah.
yeah, I'm exhausted. But it's been great.
Mhm.
We're just now kind of telling everybody and showing everyone everything we've been working on for the last 7 months. So it's a very exciting time.
Definitely. And I think it's a good kind of exhaustion, from doing stuff that
Oh
you
yeah,
really love, for
absolutely.
sure. Yeah. And I'm sure a lot has changed, and evolved since the last time we actually talked. And we're all so excited to be welcoming a new era of Laney, like you guys put it on your Instagram. So, how would you guys say have you evolved, like maybe musically or maybe even as people after the last year and a half or after making the new album?
I mean, I'm sure there have been like micro adjustments in our life,
Hmm. Hmm.
and hopefully we're always getting better and smarter and
Hmm.
more compassionate and empathetic. But ultimately, I think when we put out Mama's Boy last year, we
Hmm.
weren't able to tour because of just pandemic and things like that. So,
Yeah.
I had two options. I could kind of take a break and chill,
Hmm.
or I
Hmm.
could go into the studio and write another album. And like I said, I am tired and I've pushed myself to the absolute limit, but I'm so glad
Hmm.
that I did, and I really think it's going to be very much worth it. And
Hmm.
I think the new album, people are going to like it.
Hmm. Yeah, and I mean, we know that you're tired, so we hope you do get to
No,
rest every
no,
now and then.
it's great. It's great.
But yeah, but I mean, I'm thankful along with your other fans too that you actually chose to, create more music and create an album, because when you guys released Dancing in the Kitchen not too long ago, we really ushered in kind of the new era of Laney. So I'm obsessed with the song, haven't stopped listening to it since it came out. And I just want to ask, is Dancing in the Kitchen like a common occurrence for you? Like, where did the idea for the song actually come from?
Uh, no, yes. I like kitchen, like dance anywhere. Honestly, dancing's very fun, which is,
Yeah.
we did, we had 3 days of dance rehearsals before filming the Dancing in the Kitchen
Oh,
video, and those were some of
yeah.
my favorite days. I loved going into
Hmm.
the studio and learning the choreography and all that. But
Hmm.
really, the way that I wrote that song is I walked into the room that day and wanted to write a different song. I wanted to write this song called "Till I Don't," which we wound up writing, and it made the album. The idea
Hmm.
of that song was like, "Look, I love you with all my heart, but the world is a crazy place. I can't be
Hmm.
forever. I have no idea what's going to happen tomorrow. Like I can't promise forever, but I promise to love you right up until the point that I don't." And
Hmm.
we were writing that song, and we got to the bridge, and I said out loud, "We fly around the world just to dance in the kitchen." And the
Hmm.
guys in the studio that I was writing the song with were like, "Bro, we have to write a song called Dancing in the Kitchen." So
Love it.
it's the first and only time I've ever written two songs in one day, and that's
Hmm.
a cool little story about that song.
Oh, that's so cool. I love that you weren't intentionally gonna write that song, but it ended up, like coming to life in the moment, which I think we're all so grateful for too. Because dancing in the kitchen, I feel like, is a lot of us, especially in the last year, you know what I mean? Like stuck at home, kind of just dancing at home. So it's something that I feel like a lot of people are so excited about and it's so excited to have, especially with the new album. So why did you guys actually choose to have Dancing in the Kitchen as like the first or maybe the lead single off of the album?
It's a good question. I think it's kind of Laney at its best. It's all the things
Hmm.
people are familiar with and love about Laney, but the best of those versions.
Hmm.
Um, but I think that there's a lot of songs that we could have started with, and
Yeah.
it could have really started with any off this album, and it would have worked. But Dancing in the
Hmm.
Kitchen felt awesome, and so far the reaction's been really, really great. I'm excited.
Yeah, definitely. Like I said, I haven't stopped listening to it. It makes me want to dance everywhere, not just in the kitchen. So we're so happy to have it. And I love that you shared there was like practice for the choreography because when I
Yeah.
was watching the music video, I was like, wow, I wonder if Paul really does dance like this in the kitchen. So I mean, now I know. What was it like actually doing the choreography like for the music video and having like everyone there with you too?
It, it was really, really fun. I'm not a
Hmm.
great dancer, but I love trying, and I love to dance.
Hmm.
I even, told our team that I'd like to incorporate as many dance elements as possible while we're rolling out this album.
Hmm.
This is just the most fun I've ever had making music and being in
Hmm.
this band, and I had
Hmm.
genuinely the time of my life writing these songs and making the album.
Hmm.
And dancing seems to be a like a byproduct of joy and
Hmm.
fun and happiness, and so
Hmm.
it was fun. It was great. I worked with an incredible director who also did the choreography, Matty Peacock.
Hmm.
So he choreographed the video and directed it, and we
Wow.
shot it on film. It
Hmm.
really does look beautiful, and
Yeah.
I was very excited with the
Mhm.
end result.
Mhm. Well, we can't wait to see more of Dancing Paul throughout, the rollout of this album. I think after this, you're gonna be a natural dancer, if you know what I mean, because a lot
Hopefully.
of practice and all
Yeah.
of that. But I do want to talk about the new album because you guys just released like the kind of album art and also the title of the album just recently. So GGBBXX. So obviously, I think that alone is a conversation starter. So let's talk more about where did this actually come from, like the title of the album.
Yeah, like, I just am really so in love with the 12 songs and how they feel,
Hmm.
that kind of attaching any sort of word
Hmm.
that already exists kinda took away or subtracted or
Mhm,
distracted from the feeling of those 12 songs. So
mhm,
I was like, "Man, let's just, like, make up something. Let's make up a word or a phrase or a series of letters that really
mhm,
doesn't mean anything other than
mhm,
kind of reflects what these 12 songs feel like."
mhm,
And, I think it's kinda fun. It's kinda unique.
mhm,
Um, and yeah, I a lot of the answer to why is just because I want
mhm.
to.
Yeah,
With a lot
I
of the
love that.
like, "Why did you do that?" I just wanted to.
Mhm.
Just thought it was cool, thought it was fun, and, yeah,
Mhm,
so far, like, the reaction to it has been really, really cool, and the
mhm,
album art is something that I think we finished maybe, like, 4 or 5 months ago, and I've looked at it every single day, and I still can't get enough of it. It's
mhm,
genuinely one of the prettiest things I've ever seen, so to have that be a real reflection of the 12 songs,
mhm.
it's a blessing, to be honest.
Yeah, and I feel like I'm excited to see how GGBBXX kind of like evolves for everyone. I mean, because you know how it's kind of like really open and then the meaning isn't really like set. So I'm excited to see how it evolves for everyone, especially the meaning of it, and also with the album, and also with the album art, of course. You shared like not like you shared like the process of creating the album art on your stories not too long ago. Actually, I think it was yesterday.
Yeah.
So you tell us more about like kind of where the brain or like the head came from, and what was it like kind of translating everything that you thought of into paper?
Well, first, it sounds so cool, like, hearing you say the album title. I haven't you're one of the first
Oh,
people I've heard, like, talk about it, and it sounds cool, like, it's memorable, and it feels
yeah.
kind of iconic. Um,
Mhm,
but when we were working on the album art, I shared a little bit on, like, my Instagram story,
mhm,
but, I initially had an idea that, the brain would be on our album art, and it would look a certain way, and I could I could see the GGBBXX
mhm,
around the brain, and 'cause I had written it out in cursive, and that's actually my handwriting on the album art.
mhm.
But the brain is a little, like, it's a little tough to look at. It's not the most,
Yeah.
pleasing thing. It's obviously the most beautiful organ we have in our bodies, but it's not
Mhm,
the most beautiful to look at, and, we tried a bunch of different ideas, and, at first I wanted to put the brain inside the head, but you could see the brain through the head, and
mhm,
we did a few different versions, and it felt just a little too sci-fi. It didn't feel exactly how I wanted it to feel, and
mhm,
I worked with my girl Rachel, who's kind of the creative hands and feet for me during this project, and
mhm,
we decided to kind of pivot from the brain and just focus on the head and the silhouette of the head. And she had drawn these kind of, I don't they're not flames, but they're just like the
mhm.
energy streaks that kind of come
Yeah.
ahead. And yeah, so we just did a few versions and put it into Photoshop and started messing with the colors, and
Mhm.
just kind of was a thing. I have this video of me just like freaking out when we first saw it. We just kind of clicked
Mhm.
Photoshop and massaging it and getting it exactly where we wanted to. And yeah, it was
Mhm.
one of those things where you knew it when you saw it, and
Yeah.
feels right, still feels right. And it was really
Mhm.
cool to show the world yesterday.
Yeah, I feel like it's so warm. I don't know, like the energy from it feels really warm, and I can't really wait to hear how kind of like the album plays along with the album art too, and of course the title GGBBXX. After saying it like now, I feel like it does become more like iconic and does roll off the tongue more.
Cool,
Because
yeah.
it's yeah, so I'm so excited, and so I'm sure so many people are so excited for it too. And you said a while ago, Paul, that this has been the most fun you've had creating music so far. So what about the album, or maybe you, or even the band all together, makes you say that this is like the most fun you've had?
You know, we've worked really hard for the last few years,
Hmm.
and
Yeah.
um, sometimes it's not as fun as it
Hmm.
should be. And the only reason I started this band was because I love to make music and I love to make people happy.
Hmm.
And um, I don't know, there was somewhere along the way where it just wasn't as fun as it used to be. And
Hmm.
so I decided that's not going to be how it is anymore. I want to have fun.
Hmm.
Um, I don't know. I kind of went into it expecting to have a great time and
Hmm.
wanting to, and
Yes.
what happened. And there was maybe things like, first of all, we worked with an incredible producer named Andrew Goldstein who helped us make the album from top to bottom, and I learned so much from him. He spoke so much wisdom into me. There's things that I used to be incredibly particular about that he's like, you don't need to waste your time being that picky about that, Paul. Like,
Hmm. Hmm.
actually take the joy and the fun out of it. And so just certain little things like that, little micro moments of making the album
Hmm.
and learning, like, certain lesson moments. And I don't know, just was really fun. And,
Hmm.
with Mama's Boy, for instance, like the way I talk about that album is it's like when you're dating somebody and it's going
Hmm.
really well, you've been together for a couple of years, you want to take it to the next level, and you're like, hey, I want to take this to the next level with you. I'm going to take you back home to meet my family, my friends,
Hmm.
see where I'm from. And Mama's Boy was that for us with our fans. We took them back home. We're like, let's take the scenic route. We're going to do a little bit
Oh.
of a departure. You're going to take you back home. There's going to be some things you like and some things that you don't like, but it's a necessary step. And
Hmm.
like I said, it was a departure for us sonically, visually, everything. And GGBBXX is kind of like everything went okay back home. Now we're flying back
Hmm.
to where we live now and get back to
Yeah.
like regular scheduled programming,
Hmm.
and it's almost kind of like the return of Laney or the return to Laney, and yeah, so that's always going to be so fun to make.
Hmm. Yeah, I mean, I love Mama's Boy, but I'm so excited to like you kind of put it that way. It's kind of like the return to. I feel like a lot of us, especially the ones who have been really listening to your music over the years since you guys started. You guys have served as literally the soundtrack of our lives through everything, and kind of growing up with you guys has been insane. And we're so excited to hear all of the fun that you guys had creating GGBBXX. And I love that you manifested it going into it. You're like, okay, I'm gonna have fun
Yeah.
creating this album, and it really happened. So manifesting works, guys. Paul is a testament to that. But of course, your Filipino fans miss you. They're actually freaking out in our comments right now that we're live with you, so we can't wait to have you guys over in the Philippines once again. And you already know that we're gonna scream 100 times
Yeah.
louder than last time. You
Yeah.
already know that.
Oh,
So what message do you have for your Filipino fans who are waiting eagerly for you guys to come back?
I've got goosebumps thinking about being back there. Obviously, it's no secret that we love to play shows. It's my favorite
Hmm.
thing in this band, and to not have been able to play shows for like almost 2 years or a year and a half is not great.
Hmm.
So we obviously cannot wait to come back to the Philippines.
Hmm.
I have no doubt that when we do, of course, I'll make sure that it's the best shows we've ever played to make up
Hmm.
for lost time. But I have no doubt that when we come back, it'll be really something to see, something to talk about and to maybe remember forever. So I'm really, really excited.
For sure. I mean, in their comments right now, they're already screaming, and that's through the internet. So imagine what more in
Yeah,
real life. You
yeah,
know, they're gonna bring it. They're really gonna bring it. But a lot of people are really excited too for the album, and a lot of people are asking too, since you know they've been fans for such a long time. What can they expect coming from the album, especially since you know you had so much fun creating it?
yeah. You know, it's 12 songs, 12 brand
Mhm.
new songs. The songs are they're big. This is an unequivocally pop album. You know, this is
Mhm.
not an indie alt left of
Mhm.
center. Like we tried to make a pop album, and but we did it with conviction, and we did it with
Mhm.
artistic identity and packed with meaning, and we did it the way Laney would do it. And
Mhm.
the songs, we had this phrase, you know, made to blare. Like this music is
Oh,
made to like turn up, you know, and listen
yeah.
too loud.
Get lit. Yeah.
And the drums are big, and the bass is
Mhm.
big, and everything
Mhm.
feels very anthemic. Um, it's my favorite thing we've ever made, and I think it'll probably be the the favorite album so far from.
Mhm. Oh my God. I love that. I love that you said it's made to blare. Literally everyone now is just gonna listen to it with the highest possible volume.
Yeah.
Laney's gonna be playing everywhere when the album comes out. I mean, like Dancing in the Kitchen, like I said, you know, it's something that we've been playing for so long. And we're so excited for the album. But you guys are touring very soon. So how does it feel to be, you know, kind of back into that? Like, is there any part of you that's nervous? Or are you just really excited to go and really just, you know, put it out there?
I'm really excited to play. Like, obviously, we need to get back into rehearsals and, you know, kind of shake
Mhm.
the dust off and make sure that we're sharp and ready to go. But there's nothing more there's nothing I love more than playing shows for people and kind of seeing our music connect with people. So I'm thrilled to get out there and just see our people's faces in real life and play these songs. We basically have 2 albums worth of new material that no one's ever heard live. So it's gonna be a
Mhm.
very, very fun tour.
Oh, we're so excited to see you guys back out there and hopefully have you guys back in the Philippines too when everything is okay. So we can't wait. But for now, we're obviously going to savor all of your music online, especially Dancing in the Kitchen. So to everyone who is listening, make sure to stream Dancing in the Kitchen by Laney. That's out everywhere. And also wait for the album, GGBBXX. Such a great name now that I keep saying it. Is going to be available in September. So with that, we have that to look forward to. But thank you so much, Paul, for
Yeah,
joining me
I
once
love you
again.
guys. Mahal kita.
Oh, and we love you guys too, and we can't wait to have you guys back here. But thank you so much, Paul, for joining us today. And thank you as well to everyone who tuned into this MYXclusive interview. We'll see you guys next time. Bye.
Bye, guys.